This afternoon, I bring a message to Nigeria and the United States. First, I want to start with Nigeria. You understand that in the olden days, the kings, they always successful whenever they listen to the words of the prophets. But we have an example. King Saul refused to listen to David, to the message of Samuel, and he went to perform the sacrifice. He cited the reason that the enemies have entered the town and the people were scattered, and so he had to perform the sacrifice. And that ended his kingship of Israel. What do I want to say? The kings of this world these days have removed God from their governance. And this is why you see 419ers, that's criminals, illegal personalities of any kind. They flood the governance of every country. And this is why you are seeing things getting worse every day. So the Bible says, when a good man, the righteous, rules the nation, the people rejoice. But when the wicked rules the nation, the people cry. That's what you're seeing. So with particular reference to Nigeria, as other men of God are speaking, I want to add my voice. If you go to the local suburbs, to the kingships, you discover that some of them are criminals. The evidence are quite clear. Many of them are 419ers, and they were chiefs. Even some of them want to become kings of their places, of their state. So, invariably, the way things are going on, if things continue to go on this way, the country will completely become nonsense. Now, let me bring my real message to you, having said all those things. Nigeria is trying to plunge into serious enmity, a very strong enemy. Why do I say so? The enemy that we have is that the way I have seen the Biafran agitators working for it, I don't think there is any room for going back. I don't think so. So considering this, I believe as a wise person, just some times ago I advised President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that he is the strongest president Africa have ever produced. I cited my reasons. One is that he can sit president, he can unseat president, he sit governor, he unseat governor, he sits senators and unseat senators. He has the power to do all those things. So I believe that if he's not intelligent and wise enough, he can't be able to be doing all these things. He also has the money to sponsor all these things. Now in this case, he has seen the handwriting on the wall. He has seen how the Biafran agitators are going on about these things. Everybody thought that whenever Nnamdi Kanu is being arrested, the matter will be over. But you discover that the thing is even becoming more stronger, more strategized than ever before. And Nigeria have done everything to stop it. And I believe one statement Nnamdi Kanu made is that he said that why Biafra have not come all these years is because they fought and gave up. That if they had continued fighting, by now Biafra would have been a country of its own. Now I believe that his people, those that are supporting him, have taken up this very statement and they are working on it seriously, which I have heard so many people say. If they hold Simon Ekpa, that there are so many other Simon Ekpas that will arise. And this is the truth. Because the way these people have gone, I don't think there is any room for going back. Now, what am I saying is that if Nigeria succeed in killing Nnamdi Kanu in prison, the enmity will not end. The enmity will not end. All of us will die, and the generations to come will continue to suffer this enmity. Why not, as a wise president who has power, you call the people to order, release Nnamdi Kanu, and let Biafrans go. If you talk to him, he insists that he don't want any other thing than Biafra. You let him go. Then Nigeria and Biafra will be good neighbors than if these guys fight these things and get it and succeed. The enmity will not end until this war expires. So to avoid this evil that is coming, that will not end, is it not better we give up this unity of Nigeria for friendship reasons? So this is one point I want us to share this afternoon. Another point I want us to share is Kenneth Okonkwo. Kenneth Okonkwo, you go to televisions, you speak a lot of swollen words. Yes, as a learned gentleman, you have wisdom. You speak very well, calculated statements. But I want to tell you this. All that you are saying will not kill even rat. It cannot stop a rat. Many people have spoken. Top group of people have spoken. International communities have spoken. Their words had no solution to what is happening in Nigeria. Political parties have spoken, no result. So you, as a single person, you end up going from one television studio to the other to speak, and you do not get any result. If you remember, what do they call him? Femi Fani-Kayode. He was speaking this, that, at the long run, he went to join APC. Very funny. Because he has found out that all his opposition speeches cannot work anything. And now all the opposition parties has been disintegrated. So who is going to fight? Let me tell you, the army is under control of APC. Police, under control of APC. Navy, under control of APC. Vigilante, all of them, all the security forces are under control. None of you have the capability to disintegrate the army, to divide the army, divide the police. You don't have that power. So what do you think you can do? You remain forever slave. The only way out, let me tell you, until you are capable of forming a front who are ready to give up themselves to fight the just cause. That is the only time you can, when I will see you talking, then I will know that you are talking. But all these ones, you go to television studios to talk this and that and get angry and get offended. It cannot yield anything. Nations that liberate themselves from such situations, they come out to battle the leaders or the dictators that are fighting against them. So you better make the move if you think you want to save Nigeria, which I know it is impossible. I'm just saying what can be done, but I know none of you have that capacity. You don't have it. You don't have it. I have seen the citizenry. They are the kind of people, they might treat them within the next 2-3 months. They blend into the pens and continue to work with it. So this is what Dr. Olukoya calls slaves that love their chain. So Nigeria are slaves that love their chain. That's the book he wrote. I'm citing from that book. So until you learn how to liberate yourself from the chain of slavery, Bob Marley said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Until you emancipate yourself from this slavery. And emancipating yourself from slavery is not words of mouth. Somebody got to fight his way out. Any way you fight it, you get a result. Tinubu said, fight it, snatch it, run with it. And he did it successfully. That's a man who knows what to do. He knows what to do. He knows that when they go to court, they will say it's words of mouth. So he knows how to do these things. None of you knows how to do it. You only know how to go to the television. You remember during the election, Tinubu was making everybody, laughing, making some comedy. People were laughing, Why? He knows what he was doing. So, go to the drawing board, sit down, talk with people that matters, those that can stand and say, it's either now or never. That is when I know you'll be talking. And then, if you are doing that, you don't have time to be rattling on the televisions because you will be working what you are working inside. But when the action time reach, you come out. During the elections, somebody will bring out people and stop people from casting their ballots. Where are you guys? Where are you? And they want some tribes that they should not come out to vote. Where are you people? So you think the people that did this job, they will during the next election, they will just go and fold their hands and wait. They will strategize and become more stronger. So if you want to fight this kind of situation, then you gotta be more stronger. You gotta be more powerful. And I have not seen such muscles in you guys. And besides, you are an able man. You are an able man. You can't fight it. It is only an Hausa man or a Yoruba man that can lead such a thing and succeed. And then you, the Igbos, will just back them up. And then they get a victory. And now the Igbo youths are now ready to back them up. So the victory cannot come at all, no matter what you do. Atiku has only words of mouth. He don't know what to do. Look at the Cote d'Ivoire. When it came to pass, the Cote d'Ivoire people, they came out and said, it is either now or never. Everybody was ready to go. Look at Kenya. Everybody was ready to go. When all of us that are residing here in Europe talk, you tell us to come back. Look, I've not been there for more than 30-something years. All my life, I've lived here in Europe. I only visit, come back here. I'm not interested in, and there's nothing I can contribute there. If I come, I'm just one person. But you guys are there. You know the terrain. I don't know the terrain. I left home when I was 23 years. So all my life is here. So I know the terrain of Europe. I know European politics. Okay? If I go to cast my vote here, I don't fight. Nobody stands on my way. Elections are not, you don't see police going up and down. You don't see dogs here and there. But there, you guys are aware of the terrain. All the people contesting are fighting, do or die. If I don't win, somebody will die. Many heads of human beings will go. They will slaughter men. These things are there on the television. I'm not the one saying it. These are what everybody has seen. International communities, they saw it. The reports are there. Is that how they do election? That's not how they do election. So, nobody comes to help in such kind of a thing. The next thing you will begin to accuse Britain. How can you accuse Britain? Is the British people the people conducting the election? Is British people Mohammed Yaqub? Is he the military defense staff, chief of defense staff? Is he the Mba? Is he the secretary of the INEC? All those guys that rig the election. What has British hand got to do with it? If Britain will tell them to rig the election, they will only tell them words of mouth. The action is by them. It's by you, Nigerians, that do the action. Britain don't come from England to come and rig election for you. So put Britain out of this. Believe me, put them out of this. Okay, go and tell Britain to rig the election. Go and tell them. The next thing that you will run and go to Britain. I say, some people who went to Britain and tell them to submit letter, we want to leave Nigeria. Is Britain, are they the president of Nigeria? Those things are just a mere joke. Well, I'm thinking he's creating awareness, or just as people say, is a political, strategy to disorganize people. I don't understand. I don't know. Now, this is another point I want to let us know. Kenneth Okonkwo, please study what I have just said and read meaning into it. I didn't say it to insult you at all, but I say it to give you wisdom so that you be be calculative in what you're doing in order to get your result. Now, the third point I want to talk about is American election. I remember 4 years ago when American election was coming, I told the Americans the result of the election. If you go to my Facebook, I've forgotten the date, but it's right there. You will see the report. You will see my video I made that very particular time. I told Americans the result of the election will bring problem to America. And it will cost America a lot of things. It will cause America to go down. That when they vote Biden, they are going to lose their respect in the world. Remember, Biden is not my brother. Remember, Trump is not my brother. I don't know any of them. But I was speaking as a servant of God with the information I received. I told them, don't vote Biden. Now, what is happening? The second election that Biden is supposed to contest for the next 4 years, what happened? The Democrats by themselves removed him. What does that mean? He didn't do well. Is that not why they removed him? If he did well, he would have continued. I told them that, number one, Biden's age is really working against him. His health was not sound. And he's not a sharp person. America needs a vibrant leader. You can't be leader of the world and be too general. You may be general physically, but your actions must always be spontaneous. You must be very, very vibrant as the leader of the world. God Almighty, whom we serve, cannot be so quiet like that. We call him consuming fire. That's what we call God. So, anyone policing the world must be very, very active and vibrant. Otherwise, all these petty parts of the world that are rising up, they will just come and overtake you within a twinkle of an eye. Now again, another election is coming. The next month, November, America will be going to the pool. Now, you are now talking about Kamala Harris, a woman to be American president. I'm not against the gender, but what I'm telling you is this: America is too big for a woman to rule it. The meaning is that the woman will rule the whole world. Kamala Harris will rule the whole world. And that will make other parts of the world to be angry, and they will be challenging America so much. Imagine Kamala Harris going to fight the when I use madman, that's a kind of adjective to make you know how hard he is. I'm not saying that he's mad. President Putin. Then Kamala Harris goes to fight him. I believe he will give up everything he has to make sure that he finish America. So, Don't make that mistake. I told you that time when Bill Clinton, the wife of Bill Clinton, was contesting with Donald Trump. I said, yes, she's a good woman. Her husband was a very good leader. But America does not need a woman. Any other country can put a woman as their president, but not the US. Any US president must be a radical leader. You must be. David was not just any cheap leader. He never be when he was leading the Israeli people. So the likes of David will always perform above average. The likes of David, no leader will come to challenge him anyhow. So you can't challenge people like Trump, George Bush. My God, you can't challenge such people anyhow. You have what when they were interviewing him and Kamala Harris about Iran. What did he say? He said, I bombed the hell out of them. That's what he said. And so that means not particularly Iran. There's any other world that comes to mess up with the US. He will put them down. Because two captains cannot be in one boat. And America cannot be captain tomorrow and that person takes over from them. It's only when God wants it like that, it can be. But normally, as human beings, it is difficult to dethrone a sitting king. Very, very difficult. So I want to use this to close this broadcast. And I pray everybody that will hear it will post it and share it until you get to the appropriate quarters that will hear it and make proper good use of it. I also want Kenneth Okonkwo to receive this information and work on it. God bless you.